So we are going to get started this afternoon. Our topic is a time I wish I had an undo button. We all have those crossroads, and we turned right and we wish we had turned left. Or maybe we wish we didn't hit that crossroad at all. So you're going to hear a variety of experiences somehow connected to that topic. I'm not going to tell you anything about the storytellers or the stories until after they have spoken. All right, we're going to continue our program this afternoon with Denise Oltersdorf.
1976 was a big year for Jim and I. It was a big year for the whole country. It was a bicentennial year. The whole country was celebrating. It was the year I got married. It was the year I graduated from high school. In that order. No, I wasn't pregnant. We just let people watch and wait. Sorry. So, we're from a small town, halfway between Detroit, the Motor City, and home of Motown, and also Ann Arbor. U of M, go blue. The Ann Arbor Hash Bash on April 1st every year. We were from a small town in Michigan. And Jim and I both in the same town. He had graduated 3 years earlier than I, and my senior year, I only had to go a half a year, a half a day, and my credits were satisfied. When I got out halfway through the year, I went to Florida, the Florida Keys, with a couple of gal pals, and we camped for a month. It was a wild time. We had a great time. While we were gone, Jim and I, we called each other every day. We had been dating for about 6 months. We realized we loved each other. And when I came back, we decided to get married. That's how I managed to be married before commencements even. It was a good thing. A small town, my graduating class decided to have a 5-year class reunion. I was excited. By this time, I had a 3.5-year-old, and so I was a stay-at-home mom. And the idea of getting to wear a twirly dress and going out to dinner and having cocktails and dancing with a DJ, it sounded fabulous. Unfortunately, the people that I hung around with at school, they didn't care to go. So none of my people were there. I was really disappointed, and we talked about not going at all. But still, stay-at-home mom, get a chance for a date night, we went. We had a good time. We just had our dried chicken like you have at those things, and we had our cocktails, and we talked to a few people. They were on a different trajectory than I was, and so they were going to college and planning their careers, and I was a stay-at-home mom, and they didn't care to see my little baby pictures. But we still had a good time. That's something Jim and I always do, is have a good time when we go out. It's a goal. So here it is. The DJ plays a song, Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes, you know the one. And so we decided to dance. Up on the dance floor, it was during disco time, and so it was squares of different colored lights. It was raised about this much in order to get all the electrical under there, and they flashed as the DJ played the song. Now, the dances in the 80s, they weren't so great. Vogue, and the Cabbage Patch, and Running Man. I can't do it. I won't do it now. I couldn't do it then. And the sprinkler. So we were up on the dance floor having a wonderful time until the back of my shoe, fell off of the dance floor, which sent me careening across the room. And you know, I looked like a drunken monkey because it was one of those falls that takes you 5 minutes to hit the ground when you should just go down. Stay down. So what did stop my fall was me going across someone's table, head first. The tablecloth ruffled up in my face, and the back of my twirly skirt went over the back of my head. So I had effectively mooned the entire graduating class of 1976 Belleville High School. I was mortified. I only wanted one night to be cool with these high school people. It didn't work out that way. I get up, I turn around, I see Jim. I'm trying to be dignified. Jim is standing there with his mouth open looking at me, and bless his heart, I join him on the dance floor. We start dancing again. He says, nobody saw. I think they had. And then he says, do you want to go? And I said, you grab my purse. I'll meet you in the car. We'll finish this dance. And that's what we did. Strangely enough, I was never invited to another class reunion again. And Jim says, that is why.
A little bit about Denise. An Arizonan for the last 33 years and resident of Prescott for the last 8. She writes, paints, sculpts, and you can buy some of her paintings at County Treasures in Chino Valley. Mother's Day is her favorite holiday because she is guaranteed to spend some time with her son. She says if you can't make it fun, it's just not worth doing. She and her husband, still together, love music, and yes, they still dance. No matter what, they're hitting the dance floor if Neil Young's Harvest Moon starts to play. And she encourages you to support and visit the Dogtree Pines Senior Sanctuary. Denise Oltersdorf.